great things happening in the wild world of sports. One of them, last night's NBA Finals, Game 3. The Heat already down 0-2 in the series. Also down 0-2 starters, Bam and Goran. But they had Jimmy Butler, and that's all they needed. Jimmy putting up 40 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists. One of only 3 players ever to have a 40-point triple-double in the finals, to give you some context. Heat get the win, 115-104. Our Chris Broussard joining us now. Broussard, you surprised the Lakers dropped a game to a shorthanded Heat team?
No. Not at all. I picked the Lakers to win this in 5. Of course, like a lot of people, I thought maybe they'll sweep them, but my pick was 5, so I'm not that surprised. More so than the tale of 2 teams, yesterday was the tale of 3 stars. And you mentioned Jimmy Butler with the 40-point triple-double. He joined Jerry West and LeBron James in doing that in the finals, but he's the only one to do it in a win. So congratulations to Jimmy Butler. But this was 3 stars, one of them playing with complete and utter desperation, and the other 2 playing overconfidently, being complacent a little bit at times, not executing the game plan, and just kind of going through the motions too often, and that's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. First to AD, he took 9 shots, 2 free throw attempts. Now, he's been prone to do this in the playoffs. He had an 8-shot game against Portland in the first round. He had a 9-shot and a 13-shot game against Houston. Of course, he had the 2-rebound and the 5-rebound games against Denver. So he's been prone to kind of disappear and just fade away. And I thought that was an issue yesterday on him, but also on the Lakers, because they didn't look to get him involved early and get him going and set a tone. Then you have LeBron. I thought at times LeBron just forced the action a little too much. Not for the full 40 minutes that he played or whatever it was, but at times he got away from, I think, the game plan and just forced it too much. That's why I had the 4 turnovers early. They had 10 turnovers in the first 10 minutes, 4 of them on him. He had 8 for the game. So I just thought the Lakers got away from the things that had got them the 2-point lead, because like everyone else other than the Heat, they know it's over. They let down their guard, and that's what happened. Their role players were good. Kuzma and Markieff Morris gave them 19 points apiece. You got to win when they do that.
So a number of things. Bruce, I want to start with Jimmy Butler. This was the best finals game played by a non-historic super-duper star since Draymond's Game 7 in 2016 that actually ended in a loss. Like, we've seen all-time great finals performances over the last decade, but they've come from historic players. They've come from Kevin Durant. They've come from LeBron James. They've come from Dirk Nowitzki. Seeing a game like this goes on the all-time list with the best games for guys who aren't generational players. And Jimmy Butler, it is a vintage Jimmy Butler effort in this regard. When everyone thinks the series is over, when you would imagine some Heat players might be quietly thinking, man, we're not winning this, and it sure would be nice to get the hell out of this bubble. Jimmy Butler guarantees their stay extends instead of to Tuesday until at least Friday. So he deserves credit for, in a finals game, being the best player on the court for a night when LeBron and Anthony Davis were on the court. Brandon, as far as what LeBron and Anthony Davis did, the 8 turnovers by LeBron is unacceptable. Game 2, he had 33, 9, and 9 with 0 turnovers, a game where he was clearly concerned about the precision of. Game 3, he was nonchalant. And Anthony Davis, it's even worse than the numbers Broussard laid out. Only 3 shots in the paint, only got to the free throw line once, only 5 rebounds. He was floating throughout the night. So my level of concern is 0%. I also picked the Lakers to win in 5. I think I would be utterly and thoroughly shocked if they lose Game 4, even if the Heat get their players back. But Game 3 is about Jimmy Butler having an all-time great moment. He deserves all the credit in the world for it.
Yeah, but the issue, Nick, is that the Heat are without their 2 top players, right? So I go back to what we talked about previewing the finals. Nick, you talked about, oh, this is going to go down. This is going to be a 5-game series, but we didn't expect their 2 top players to go down. Also, what was said, you know, we want to watch the hottest offensive player in the bubble, the hottest defensive player in the bubble. Well, neither played last night. Bam didn't play, and I don't know where AD was. Chris, you also rolled out. You talked about for the Heat to win, they're going to have to get those scrappy points. They're going to have to win at the line. They're going to have to get the loose ball. They're going to have to out-rebound the Lakers, and that's what they did last night. So when you look at this game, it comes down to those three things. But when you look at AD, where was AD? Like, you are the best player in the bubble right now, and you didn't show up. That's an issue. Jimmy Butler is a man out there. He went to his inner LeBron James, and he did whatever he wanted to do in the paint, and to me, that was the difference. I think this guy sets the tempo. Everyone's talking about him right now, but it's not about what he's doing in the bubble. It's what he did before the season, and it was noted that, you know, he failed his conditioning test. It's one of the hardest conditioning tests in all the sports, and what followed after that was every morning at 4:30, he was the first one in there, the only one in there until his teammates start coming in. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a scrappy Miami Heat team that's overachieving, but they're really winning at the free throw line. They won on the floor. They won out rebounding them. And that's what he talked about after that game. So, Wiles, I don't know about Big Face Coffee getting it done the next game, but he definitely showed up big last night.
3 games.
Big Face, did I have it written? Oh, I had it written.
That's right.
I had a bootleg Big Face Coffee thing there, but I got disappeared. I hope Jimmy can send us some mugs here. Look, I think there's 3 things. I think there's the Lakers can run cold. They missed 28 threes, and they had that 0 for 13 streak in game 2. So, yeah, they can run cold. They're careless with the ball. LeBron had a bunch of turnovers. They had 19 turnovers as a team. And the snarl, the confidence from the Heat. And Broussard, you mentioned it, like everybody thinks gentlemen sweep, except the people on the Heat. So when you see this, oh, little poof hairdo. You know, I like guys with poofed hairdos. This is a little bit of something. I'm not going to say this is nothing.
No, it's
Jimmy's
not.
confident, and Tyler Hero starts looking like this, Broussard. He went 17 last game, 17 game 2, 14 game 1. If he can give a little bit of this swag to Duncan Robinson, he got a little bit of a chance, Broussard.
I don't know if that qualifies as swag, with all due respect to Tyler, who I like, but I don't know. He's just one of those guys that can't look hard. I mean, come on, look at that. The Lakers are probably laughing at that. I guarantee you, when they watch that on TV, they are laughing at that.
There's not a lot of hard and fast rules in sports, but one of them is this. You can't snarl until you can grow facial hair. I love you, Tyler Hero, but put that away and don't take it back out. Like that's going to go, Jenna, right alongside Jimmy Butler saying you're in trouble. Let's see how that ages.
All right, hang on.
Right.
I want to ask you about this before we break. Last 10 seconds of the game.
Christ.
Time was ticking off the clock. LeBron walks off the court, headed for the locker room. He got asked about it after the game. Take a listen.
Yeah, LeBron, when you walked off the court with about 10 seconds left, was that frustration or did you think the game was over?
Both.
Not true.
All right, Broussard, LeBron's early exit. Wild says not true. What say you? Something or nothing?
Nothing as far as being a big deal, but I think it's something that the Heat are going to suffer from, because I think it means LeBron is going to, you know, really think about this game. He's upset about it. He knows that they blew a chance to sweep this team, and I think he's going to come back in game 4 and put it on the Heat, especially with Jimmy Butler talking.
This is just such a dumb story. Watch the clock. Can we show it? Leave it here. Watch the clock. Not the shot clock, the actual clock. LeBron is waiting. He's waiting. What does the clock go to? They cut me off. It goes to zeros. It goes 0.0, and he walks away. Then Scott Foster, because he's so pedantic at all times, is like, no. 0.7 back on the clock, boys, and LeBron's already gone. Like, this is so ridiculous. This is not a thing. It's not a thing.
What about giving elbow fives and say nice job to the other
Nick, watching it, watching it live, I immediately thought about like how bad this is because LeBron is the ultimate leader. And then I went back to the 2009 Eastern Conference Finals against the Orlando Magic, and I was like, this reminds